The cool thing is when you open up the door, you have this nice door sill right here, and it's in carbon fiber, and the AMG is in silver with kind of an outline. It's really nice. It really adds to the look, really contrasts with the solar beam yellow, but it's super nice. Now our seat is pretty cool. We have kind of like a tall design in my opinion. We have leather, we have Alcantara, we have red stitching, and we have like this red leather line here, which is pretty cool. All right, and over here we have our steering wheel, and this is Alcantara, but it's got some red stitching, and it's got the black 12 o'clock marking, which is pretty cool. And a lot of vehicles are usually like a bright color like yellow or red, but black is nice. And then we have kind of this nice little touch right here where it says AMG. I like that. And our paddle shifters are an aluminum, and they look pretty cool. And then we have our controls right here and our Mercedes sign. But then when you look at the gauge cluster area, I really like it. I've always been a big fan of yellow and red combination gauges, but if you look at the center of the gauges, you kind of got like a carbon fiber like circle around the needles, which adds like an extra touch. And then the bezel is like this really cool watch looking aluminum ring, which is cool, and it has like these little nice designs on it, like little ticks like a watch. And then on the top we have a leather. All of this is leather with red stitching, which is really nice. And underneath that we have Alcantara in the bottom of it. And I like that in the center there's some storage right there with that button, but I also like that embroidered emblem. And we have some nice pedals here, some aluminum pedals with some rubber grips. If you look here, we have Alcantara, we have a carbon fiber little panel here, and we have leather. We have kind of like an aluminum style door handle. We have our door switches, and we have our speaker here, like embezzled in aluminum. And we have leather here with some red stitching. We have our door switches and our window switches. And that's pretty much about it. Oh, here, and a fun little touch right here. We've kind of got for the door lock, old school style, we have it in aluminum, which is really nice. So this is one of my favorite parts of the car. This is the 4 vents. I love it. It looks really cool. It really completes the interior. It gives it that super race look. And the crazy thing is that this is carbon fiber, which is an added option, and I really think it ties everything together. I actually don't know what these are, so you guys might want to tell me this. But we have this center area, which is kind of like the center position of the entire interior, and it is crazy. We made a separate video talking about what each button is, but this is kind of the command center. We have like switches for everything. One of the things about driving this car that is amazing is that you feel like you're in an aircraft because you have all your switches right here, but then on the top you have a ton of switches. You have at least a dozen switches, buttons for your heater, for your seat heater, for your wing, your hazard, parking stuff. It's crazy. And then you got a bunch of stuff over here. And look at these little visors. They have like little vents. And then if you look over here, it's kind of hard to see, but this is where the camera's at. You have all kinds of stuff. This is like the camera for like the active cruise control and blind spots and all that stuff. And then we come over here and we're going to show you this from the passenger side in a bit, but this is leather with red stitching, which is really cool. And let's show you the passenger side. A couple of things I want to show you before we get into passenger side is look at the strut tower. It really ties in. It's, you know, it's silver metal looking, and really ties in the interior. But when you look at the passenger seat, I just noticed, but there's a little speaker right next to the seatbelt. The passenger side is simple but clean. We've got a nice dash. You've got a nice view out the window for your glove box, and a nice little aluminum handle, and it's lockable. The door looks just like the driver's side door. All right, guys, I hope you liked the tour of the AMG GT S, an absolutely stunning car. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button for me, and we'll talk to you soon.